The fifth world champion, Max, often called Max Euwe, was one of the great giants of the royal game. He defeated Alexander Algechin in 1935 and lost the revenge match in 1937, but this started a great chess boom in the Netherlands, and nowadays even one large square in the center of Amsterdam is named after him. He was 12 times Dutch champion, which still is a record, and in 1934 he was second in the great Zurich Super Tournament, which was won by world champion Alexander Algechin. But he made a much larger contribution to the game. He authored more than 70 chess books, also on the endgame. And yeah, where his mathematical background helped him with his logical approach to the game and a scientific way of reasoning to popularize chess, and of course also in his own endgame play, you will see often a clear logic. He was also president of the FIDE from 1970 to 1978. And of course, he crowned Bobby Fischer after the victory against Spassky in Reykjavik in 1972. And yeah, these achievements, of course, even become larger when one considers that he was an amateur. He at the University of Amsterdam, he made his doctoral degree in mathematics in 1926, and then worked as a teacher of mathematics, and so played chess only in his spare time, in his free time. Yeah, this really is an amazing achievement, and it's obviously not possible to do him justice in this very short introduction. But he was also a very strong chess player and had a lot of fascinating endgames, as you will see here on the DVD. And yeah, one very beautiful and important for his victory in 1935 in the World Championship match against Alexander Algechin was this endgame with rooks and same-colored bishops. White to move and get good winning chances. Yeah, in the exchange of rooks with rook d1 must of course be prevented, so bishop d5 check is clear. And then activating the rook as well. Okay, and now rook a6 is also forced because bishop c6 can be met by this pin, winning the exchange first, and then the game later. Of course, the rook is too strong here and it's easily winning. So Algechin, of course, played rook a6. But only now comes Euwe's real point. Rook a2, and now the pin on the a file becomes eternal. And this is often, of course, a very bad sign for the defender, because bishop b5 can now be met by taking as the bishop protects the rook. Yeah, best would have been now g4, and then it's not completely clear. White, of course, has this pin and the majority, and white has very good winning chances, but of course this was the best defense Algechin should have played it. Because in the game, white now gets a passed e-pawn too cheaply, and white must be winning, of course, due to the principle of two weaknesses, or two fronts. But okay, still, at the moment it looks like Algechin has everything under control. Everything is closed, and it looks like a possible fortress draw, but Euwe's battering ram h4 proves this wrong, and now black cannot prevent the creation of inroads for white's king and rook, and this will decide the issue, because if the connectors get move in, then nothing will stop them, of course. Okay, Euwe repeats the position. Yeah, to make the time control, and then Algerkin resigned because he will lose material, for example, the exchange first and the game later, and of course this would be a trivial win. Yeah, so a great achievement by Max Euwe, one of his most famous moves and most famous endgame wins. Rook A2. Now the pin is eternal, and white's majority on the king side has very good chances to decide the issue. And yeah, he was really a great giant of the royal game, and it's of course not possible to do him justice in this short introduction. He was not only world champion and he had a real profession. He was an amateur, he was a teacher of mathematics, and he achieved many, many more achievements. He was FIDE president. He authored many chess books. He popularized chess in the Netherlands and in certain way also all over the world. So he was one of the real giants of the royal game.